Hey guys, what's up? It's xZap here and welcome back to another Hypixel SkyBlock video. So today we're going to be talking about a topic that's a little bit more vague. Basically we are going to be talking about grinding strategies as far as when you're trying to grind to get different items, such as personally I'm grinding for a Pigman sword at the moment. You could also be talking about maybe for magma armor. But yeah, I'm going to be covering a bunch of different types of things that you could be grinding for and ways you'd want to grind for them. And quickly before this video starts, a couple things I want to say is, first of all, if you haven't yet, I recommend joining my Discord server. The link to join is down below. I announce all my streams and videos and stuff there, so it's a good place to be if you want to stay updated. And secondly, I'm currently doing a giveaway for a leaping sword and some ender armor, so if you're interested in entering that giveaway, the link for that will also be in the description. Alright, so sorry about that, let's head into the video. And now there's going to be two main different, grinding methods, I guess you could say, that I'm going to be talking about. First of all, there's mob grinders, which you would go for if you're trying to get a Pigman sword, for example, which is what I'm doing. Or I don't have any set up right now, but ore grinders, so if you're trying to go for perfect armor, for example. So obviously, first things first, you're going to need to decide what you want to go for. And we're going to start by talking about mob grinders. So because I currently have a pig grinder up, we're going to be talking about strategies for grinding towards a Pigman sword as the example for the mob version. So the main two things I can think of right now that you would want to make a mob grinder for is going to be magma armor and a Pigman sword. There may be some others that I'm just not thinking of at the moment, but this method should pretty much apply to any kind of mob grinder. There will be some slight maybe variations in how you have to kill things. Oh, and I also just thought of another one. You could be going for a Runin's bow by killing skeletons as well. But yeah, so the methods for killing the mobs, depending on what mob it is specifically, might vary a little bit. But for the most part, you can basically just use a fall like this. The only one that you can't do this for would be a magma cube grinder, which I do actually have a video on that, which I'll put a card on the screen to watch that now, if you want to go more into depth with that specific kind of grinder. But yeah, I'll give you kind of a summary of it here. But before I do that, I just want to talk about what I've already got here built. So I'm currently grinding to get a Pigman sword. As you can see, I'm not all that far into it. As you can see here, I'm about an eighth of the way to getting there. So I still have quite a ways to go. But basically the way this grinder works is you have a bunch of pig minions up here. And basically they're going to spawn pigs, which then get pushed by this water. And then they fall here and die. Now there's a bunch of different layouts you could do. Some are a lot more compact than this. I made it relatively bigger, which is, it's unnecessary. But as far as the layout, it doesn't matter a whole lot. As long as the minions are able to spawn pigs, and then the pigs are getting pushed to an area where they fall and die, with the hopper system to, of course, collect the pork chops. Alright guys, so I'm editing this video right now, and one thing that I realized I forgot to mention was the fact that the most efficient level to actually get minions to is level 5, at least when you're talking about grinders that involve mobs. The reason for this is because they spawn mobs the fastest without wasting materials on extra storage space, which isn't really needed with that kind of grinder. However, if you're talking about ores, which I'll talk about them later in the video, but if you're talking about those, upgrade them as much as you want because the extra storage space is always good, and of course there will be also some speed upgrades as you get farther down. So yeah, sorry about that. Let's get back to the video. Now again, this same system would apply to, for example, skeletons. You'd be able to do the same thing with those. Now the only ones that would be different would be magma cubes or slimes. Now the reason that they would be different is that they don't actually take any fall damage, but there is a key thing about them that lets you actually grind them, and that is the fact that they can't swim. So what you want to do with them instead is you can have the same sort of layout here, and also you can make it a lot lower. There's no need to have it up this high in the sky. But basically right here you would just have a water pit that they fall into, and since they can't swim, they would just drown. And then you have, of course, the hopper collection system that filters them into a chest system. I forgot to mention that I do have a chest system here that just holds all the pork chops, or whatever other item you are collecting. But yeah, so that's basically the way it works as far as mob grinders go. There is one small fault to this system, and that is the fact that when you take things out of chests like this, it does not add to your collection. So if I were to take these pork chops out, it's not helping my collection at all. which of course you need the collection to be able to craft the item. And if you notice here, my pork chop collection says I've only gotten about 39,000 pork chops, but I've clearly gotten a heck of a lot more than that. The reason for that is, again, when you take pork chops out of chests, you don't get anything in your collection. So the way that you actually have to unlock your collection is when you're offline. This is the reason that I have storage chests next to my minions. When you're offline, the minions will actually, instead of just spawning pigs and having them fall, they'll actually just spawn and kill them. I don't know exactly like how that works, but they end up collecting the pork chops, which you can then you know, collect from the minions, and that is how you unlock your collection. So obviously a lot of AFKing, which is why I have my AFK pool here, is involved in this, at least as far as the mob grinders go. But every once in a while you just want to, you know, get offline and give your minions a chance to actually fill up. That way, by the time that you have enough materials to actually craft your item, you'll also have the collection unlocked. So that pretty much sums up the, you know, mob grinders. They really aren't all that complicated, even though they might seem like it. It's pretty simple, really. Again, just to recap, if there are any mob besides a magma cube or a slime, just make a thing where they fall, land on hoppers, and die. The hoppers pick it up, filter into a chest system, which you can then collect the item from, and just every once in a while go offline and let your minions fill up. That way you can collect and unlock your collection by the time you're ready to craft your item. And if they are a magma cube or slime, just make it so that they drown instead of fall. But everything else applies the same way. So now we're gonna move on to like minions that involve ores. So examples of this would be if you're going for perfect or emerald armor. Those are a couple I can think of off the top of my head. So let's say, for example, that I wanted to grind for perfect armor. So obviously, first of all, what I'd want to do is I would want to get a whole bunch of diamond minions. Now I don't have any of these minions going currently because I'm using all my minion slots for my pork chop grinder, but it's mostly straightforward for this kind of grinding. Basically, you just want to get a bunch of the minions of whatever kind. So again, say for example I want to get perfect armor, I'd get a bunch of diamond minions, place them all down, and basically you can just let them do their thing and just collect from them every once in a while. There are some things you can do to like make it to where they'll be able to hold more and you can be away for longer, because another thing with this is you don't need an AFK pool, because minions, they'll actually go when you're offline. Just the reason that we actually use AFK pools with the pig grinders, we're able to hold more that way. However, you can't really do like a chest and hopper filter system with minions. But there are some things that you can add to minions to make them be able to hold more, and that way you'll be able to be away for longer. For example, you could give them some storages, which I have all mine up there as well. But yeah, you could just place those next to the minion, they'll be able to hold more. You can also give them compactors or super compactors 3000, which a compactor will automatically turn into a block form. So if you're doing perfect armor, you just get a bunch of diamond blocks, or if you did a super compactor, then it would turn them into enchanted diamond blocks, and at that point you wouldn't really need to worry about the minions inventory getting filled up. Although I'm not sure if you use the compactor, super compactor, I'm not sure if that would still count towards the collection or not. So that's something you can maybe figure out for yourself. But if it doesn't, you always could just have some with compactors and some with not. That way you can unlock your collection. Alright, so it's me in editing again. Apparently I forgot to mention another pretty important thing is you can add fuel to your minions as well to make them go faster. I know there's a bunch of like different kinds of fuel. You can use coal, enchanted bread, I believe, enchanted coal. But yeah, they basically, I don't know if it like if the amount it boosts them is different or not, but I know that they have different like lengths that they'll boost them for. So yeah, fuels are definitely something that helps, because it'll make the minions go faster and help you get more materials quicker. So another thing that I wanted to add in there. Alright guys, so I think that's going to be about it for this video. I'm pretty sure I covered everything to do with this topic. If there's anything I missed, maybe leave a comment about it down below and I can try to respond to you, or you can just use it to let other people know about it. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy or find it useful. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' gon' see success in me. You ain't seen the rest. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go.